Today is January 7th. It's the 7th day of the year, and this is the On This Day podcast. In the summer of 1947, reports of a UFO crash in Roswell, New Mexico sweep the nation. It's an intriguing story that has everyone on the lookout for spaceships and unidentified flying objects. And on this day in 1948, a number of people in Kentucky call the Kentucky Highway Patrol with reports of just that, a UFO, a large circular object floating through the air. The Highway Patrol reaches out to Godman Air Base at Fort Knox, Kentucky around 1:30 p.m. The controllers in the tower at Godman can see the large metallic flying object out their windows, off in the distance to the south. One of the controllers jumps on the radio and calls a flight of P-51s en route to Standiford Field, present-day Louisville International Airport. Captain Thomas Mantell is piloting one of the 4 P-51s when he's contacted by Godman Tower. Godman instructs Mantell's group to investigate if they have enough fuel. 3 of the 4 planes, including Mantell's plane, head south for a look-see, climbing to 15,000 feet as they go. Captain Thomas Mantell is an experienced fighter pilot. He's awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross for his actions over Normandy during the D-Day landings 4 years earlier. And by the time he turned south on this day in 1948, he has over 2,100 hours of flight time in the cockpit. Most of that experience has been in other planes. He's rather new to the P-51, which is renamed the F-51 later in the year. Mantell comes upon the unidentified object and radios in to Godman Tower, quote, "The object is directly ahead of and above me now, moving at about half my speed. It appears to be a metallic object or possibly reflection of sun from a metallic object, and it's of tremendous size. I'm still climbing. I'm trying to close in for a better look." Mantell climbs past 15,000 feet, past 20,000 feet. The other 2 planes break off and turn back to base. But Mantell continues to climb in pursuit of the metallic object. 22,000, 23,000, now climbing higher than a World War II-era fighter plane should without oxygen. 24,000, 25,000 feet. It's believed that Captain Mantell climbs up to 30,000 feet before passing out from lack of oxygen. All radio communication is lost, and shortly thereafter, Mantell's plane plummets down to earth and crashes on a farm near Franklin, Kentucky. Mantell's watch stops at 3:16 p.m. He is the first American pilot killed while in pursuit of a UFO on this day in 1948. News of the crash spreads across the country. "Flyer dies chasing a flying saucer," reads the New York Times headline. Other reports suggest his plane is shot down by the unidentified aircraft. At the time, the Air Force claims Mantell is chasing the planet Venus when he succumbs to oxygen deprivation. Most people don't believe the Venus story. They think it's absurd. Many people are certain it's an alien craft. Some even still to this day. In 1948, the Air Force can't reveal the truth about what happens. That is, that Captain Mantell is really chasing a Project Skyhook weather balloon. And that's because Project Skyhook is classified, which is also why Mantell chases the balloon to his death in the first place on this day in 1948. Because the large, round, metallic weather balloon that rises to an altitude of 100,000 feet at a high rate of speed is a UFO to Mantell, an unknown flying object. There are 358 days left in the year. On This Day is produced by me, Dave Schultz. Thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate it. You know that, but I really do. I mean it. Honestly, seriously. No, really. Born on this day in 1911, Thelma McQueen, better known as actress Butterfly McQueen. Also born on this day in 1800, Millard Fillmore, President of the United States, and a guy they name a bunch of stuff in Buffalo, New York after. So if you're still listening, SOS. Talk to you tomorrow.